So this equates to the Ten of Pentacles, which is happy home and family, but also long-term wealth and abundance. So yes. You know what's interesting with the spider as well is that the spider in the web represents reciprocity, an equal give and take, a partnership that is, one person gets just as much as they give. This is also about writers and writing. So it's interesting as well with what I saw with like the package being thrown out the window and then it moving itself through time and space and then getting it. It's interesting because there's an aspect of that writing or that is creation based. Right. So I'm almost tying this into like someone writing down a manifestation, writing down what they want to attract, and then calling in this relationship, calling in this person, calling in this situation. It feels very much like you wrote it down or you set an intention or you thought about it hard enough to where the universe was like, okay, it's time. Let's bring these two people together. Because that's the thing about soul connections. We have many soulmates. There's more than one person for us, right? We have many, many soulmates, but it's really about the choices that you make and getting to a point where you go, okay, I've made as many choices from love that I can. I tried not to come from fear. I made as many love-based choices as possible. I stayed in the faith. So universe, I'm really ready for a partnership, or I'm really ready to create something big, or I'm really ready to ABC, XYZ. So universe, who you got for me? And then they go to your file and go, person 07459 or whatever, right? Okay, so this soulmate is lining up with them at this time. Is this a good match right now? Okay, well, their souls haven't, incarnated together for about 400 years. So, okay, they look to be about due. Let's set it up. This is what I've come to know and understand about how soul partnerships work, about how incarnation works, about how soul plans and lessons and karmic bonds and all of these things kind of play together. I am feeling that for you guys, that is what's going on. It's like it's like the alignment has happened and it's like, bing, okay, here you go. Here's this person, here's this opportunity, here's this creation point. And I feel like you made it happen. You manifested this. You created this through your own choices, through your will, through your intention. And the universe has heard. Now, what's really fascinating about this is that not only is Mercury in retrograde right now, but Venus is in retrograde, which is really funny because that's why I feel like this is fast-tracked, because Venus is in retrograde. So it's able to come around and do the station in a bit of an unexpected way. The station meaning your reality. Interesting. Let's see what's going on for Pisces. It's so strong. It's so strong. Let's see what's going on for Pisces for February. Death, Scorpio energy. Okay, let's talk about it. So this is very much about endings that give way to new beginnings. This is about an old system, right? Dying off or being dismantled so that a new, better one can emerge. So this is really fascinating because I feel like this is saying with the timing of everything that you manifested this from a place of, I am ready, I've made the choices that I've made, and I am ready to do things differently and embrace a new reality. And I feel like that is you, symbolically speaking, right, fellow water sign here, standing on the remnants of everything that didn't work that led you here. I'm hearing that Rascal Flatts song, God Bless the Broken Road that led me straight to you. I feel like there's something in here, and I feel like for you guys, this is definitely a partnership. Absolutely. And it feels like a soul partnership, but I do want to say, even though I feel like for the high majority of y'all, this is a romantic partnership, I do feel called to say that you can have a soul partnership with someone, again, who you're meant to manifest like a way to really make the world better, the next big thing. What's a good example of that? I can't remember his name. Steve Wozniak? Was it Steve Wozniak and I'm thinking of I think I'm getting like my founders mixed up, but it was like two people who came together to create something really big, and they had a soul partnership that they were contracted through soul terms to partner together to make that happen. Let's go with Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Right? They had soul contract to come in and really change the art world, because I could talk about that. I know a lot more about that than I do like Steve Wozniak, and I was going to say like Steve Jobs. Like two people who are meant to come together to create something big, right? That's what this feels like to me. And it's something new. It's something that hasn't existed before, but it feels very familiar. When something is right, when we've aligned with someone who we have a soul connection with, who we've either known before or have some sort of relationship to that we can't necessarily explain, you know it. It's this very particular feeling of deja vu. Here you go. Showing up in your reading here with the 8 of Cups, a beautiful Pisces, beautiful fish, salmon. Now, what's really amazing about this is that the 8 of Cups is being in emotional situations, in an emotional place where you are free from analysis, paralysis, any kind of regret, indecision. You are in a place where you are surrendering to the flow and will of spirit, the universe, your higher self, your guides, your ancestors, and you're going, listen, take me where I need to be. I'm going to go with the flow. And when you are in this place of 8 of Cups, you are saying no to what does not serve you, and you are saying no to what has not worked before. You are willing to show up and do things differently so that you get a different result. And that is brilliant. And that's coming from a place of complete trust and surrender to a will that exists outside of your mundane human perspective, that's linked into your divine self, that knows exactly where you need to go in order to manifest what you truly desire, and that you are divinely timed to receive at this point. Feels really good. Hello. Was the Cancer full moon, aka the wolf moon, very emotional for you? Something about that activation point. 4 of Wands. Let's talk about this. This is 11:11. This is happy home and family. This is celebration. This is marriage. This is union. All of the things. But let's talk about the bowerbird. Where is it? See that little diamond ring there? Bowerbird is a very unique bird because this is a male bowerbird who actually builds his nest and then goes to attract a mate built on the nest that he built, like based on the nest that he built. So he's like, gets his nest all right and ready and picks all the best, branches and twine and leaves and mud and all the things that make a good nest. And then he goes out and like courts, the lady who's caught his eye and be like, hey, do you want to check out my crib? What do you think of my craftsmanship? If you like this, like we can build a 2-story and have a family. It's a very unique energy there. So I feel like this is commenting on the fact that number 1, you are ready for this, whatever this is you're manifesting. And number 2, I feel like there's an aspect of this that, again, with the 11:11 and the synchronicity, that says, in a way I'm surprised, but in another way I'm totally not surprised, because this feels really familiar somehow. It just feels that 11:11 synchronicity, like I've been here before. And this can happen in a lot of different ways. This, I feel like synchronicity is the universe's way of tapping us on the shoulder and saying, hey, you're on your right path. And hey, this is a significant time, so we want you to remember it. So it's kind of like the Matrix, where we've, kind of embedded these certain signals. Like, okay, when she takes a left on East 84th Street, she's going to walk past this deli that she's never been to before, but she's going to swear she saw it in a dream. That stuff. And there are these little signals for us to go, I'm on my right path. Okay, keep going. Or, I'm supposed to, there's something significant about this time. And you're about to enter that vortex with this month where it's like Mercury in retrograde, Venus in retrograde, but it's bringing you this stuff in a more expeditious and more magical way. So in a way, this retrograde is working for you in terms of manifestation points. Woo! Pisces, what is going on? Clarifier for death. Let's do it. Page of Swords, information, memory. It's communication as well. Remember what I said, that this is you standing on top of what hasn't worked and being willing to do things differently and all that good stuff. I feel like this Page of Swords is like coming in, and it's like having the information and the knowledge at the beginning of this month of February, where you're going, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to do more of that. I'm going to commit to this. Making those adjustments, being aware of those adjustments, of endings that want to be made so that something new can be birthed into your experience. It's not about why you haven't received what you want. It's what's in your energy that's keeping you from it. I'm going to tell you a quick story because it's coming up here. It's a personal story, but I feel like it's really coming up, so I'm going to share it with y'all. So I used to be a smoker. For a lot of my life, I was a smoker. I started when I was real young. Okay, where I'm from, everybody smoked. It was just a thing. And so it was very much a part of my community growing up and my way of existing. Like my high school had like a smoking section. Like it was like that. So it was really something that was very kind of normal to me. And then I reached a point some years ago where I have this really strong desire to stop. Outside of any judgment around whether it's good or bad for you and the health, I was in this place of, I just have this really strong urge to just stop. I feel like I'm not supposed to do this anymore, and I don't really know why, but I'm going to set an intention to stop. So I did, and I ended up getting really, really sick. And then every time I tried to smoke, I like felt like razor blades, like swords were like in my throat. And then no lie, like 3 months later, I met my partner who is very much a soul connection. And in doing so, I found out that my partner you also used to be a smoker, and as a result could never be with a smoker because they just it's like I just could never do that again, because it's something that I need to leave in my past for personal reasons. And so they were like, well, it's a good thing that you weren't a smoker, else this wouldn't have worked out. And the timing around that I set that intention and then had it happen through less than comfortable means but effective means to manifest this person. And I'd been alone, honey, I'd been alone for like almost 10 years. Like this was not something where I just like went back and forth from it. No, like this was like, oh, okay. And I feel like this is similar for y'all. I feel like it's about getting clarity or information around something that wants to end so you can manifest this new partnership or connection. You could be even working in a situation that is no longer serving you and go, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm going to go find something new. And it's in your new place that you align with this partnership or this soul connection, or on the way there, on the way to the interview, or on the way leaving your old, whatever this is. It's about getting that information, aligning with it, that leads you to manifesting this new thing that feels oh so familiar and that you're really grateful for. I don't usually tell personal stories like that here on the channel. I mean, it like took me 3 years to show you guys my face even, but that was really coming forward for you guys. So I hope that kind of helps give you a context. 8 of Cups, clarifier. I just heard this magic moment when your lips are close to mine. You have the Lovers here and the 6 of Swords to clarify the 8 of Cups. Now, let's talk about these two right quick. So what the 6 of Swords and the 8 of Cups have in common is it's a movement onto calmer waters. This speaks of a mental inner peace, a transition towards calmer waters of inner peace, inner state of mind, worry-free. This is the worry-free zone and a transition point. So we have 2 sources of movement here on a body of water. You are moving right along. Leads me to the Lovers. We're talking about a romantic and important partnership here. And then we have the Lovers coming up here, which speak of an inner and outer harmony, but also love-based choices and the partnerships that are love-based. I'm telling you, you are moving in that direction. It feels emotionally freeing. It feels mentally calm and peaceful. And it's, again, remember what I said at the beginning of this, when I said it's like, okay, I tried to make more choices out of love than fear, like what you got for me, universe. And then the Lovers comes up, which is about love-based choices and aligning with that, right? This is going to feel very deja vu-tastic. It really, really is. All right. 4 of Wands. You might even have dreams about this person before you meet. I mean, I'm kind of laughing at myself because I can hear myself and I'm like, God, that's so cliche, but it's the tea. Like that's what's coming through. I'm here for it. 4 of Wands. So let's get this straight. We have the 4 of Wands here with the bowerbird with a little engagement ring at the ready, right? Waiting for his mate to come along, right? And then we have the pregnant lady of the major arcana, the Empress, the mama bear coming forth. Look how he's like looking at her like, hey girl, hi. It's really beautiful. You know, it's interesting because this rabbit energy as well, the light side of rabbit energy is fertility and abundance and manifestation. The shadow side of rabbit energy is fear and self-fulfilling prophecy. There's an aspect of you that is brave, and it's your bravery and your willingness to do things differently or release or remove, but first to become aware of what in your energy field is keeping you from manifesting what you desire, making those changes, and then calling in that abundance to your purely vibrational place, right? If you're willing to make those changes to manifest it and let go of what isn't working, right? This Empress is also about believing in things before you see them and in the happy gestation process because of the pregnancy here, right? But this is an ultimate divine feminine energy, right? Which is a beautiful receptive energy. And then we have this bowerbird here with the Four of Wands. These two come together and it's an abundance of love, joy, and celebration points. Let's get an oracle. I'm just like, what is happening? I'm here for it. Okay. Let's get an oracle for Pisces. Let's do it. Oh. Y'all ready for this? Arianarod. So she says, life direction. Remember the movement? Fate. Talking about soul connections. Life direction, fate, karma, karmic ties, and autonomy. Have we not been talking about life direction, fate, all this good stuff? You know, it's really fascinating about her is what she's all about is understanding that we make the choices that we make, but at the end of the day, we will always find ourselves on our highest and best path if that's what we truly desire. If our intentions are good, that's where we're going to end up. And it's about surrendering over to that greater force of will and power to go, hey, what changes do I need to make? Or, hey, what information is there for me? Because this is what I really want. So I'm not going to go, when am I getting it? I'm not going to say, when am I going to manifest this person? When am I going to manifest this opportunity? When am I going to manifest whatever? It's no, what is keeping me from it? What in me is keeping me from being a vibrational match to it? Asking that question and being willing to make the changes around the information you get, and then practicing patience around the divine timing of it, right? Because what you're manifesting might not be quite ready, and then it's just about marrying those things all together, right? Or it could be waiting on you. But at least you know that you've not coming from a place of like, why isn't it here yet? But around, what can I do? What can I do to allow myself to be a vibrational match to what I seek? That's really aligning yourself with your fate, right? That's what it is. It's about aligning yourself with it into the highest potential that you are capable of, right? Because there's always a lot of potentials, but can we align ourselves with our highest and best potential for this given lifetime? And that's what this is. You know, the owl energy as well is about seeing ourselves and others really clearly, connecting in with our intuition for that guidance. I feel like there's another note saying here with these questions you have with you know, getting clarity around all of this to become this vibrational match, right? Be a co-creator with the spider energy here. Be a co-creator with yourself, with spirit, with the universe, whatever you want to call it, with your ancestors, right? Connect in with that intuition, right? Through the divine web, right? And say, okay, what am I missing? What do I need to know? Right? It's a really, I promise you, it is about going inside of yourself for all the answers that you seek. It really, really is. I'm here to tell you, it really, really is. Writing as well. I keep seeing someone writing an intention or writing a manifestation point. Writing something can be very, very powerful and magical. So I also see someone doing that as well and choosing to do it around a certain cycle of the moon or whatever have you. But that there's something around that, setting that manifestation and writing, becoming clear on it. And even writing down before bed, like as an example, like dear spirit or dear ancestors or dear whoever, dear highest self even. What is keeping me from manifesting what I most desire? And then fill in the blank of whatever that is, right? A healthy mind and body, a loving and reciprocal and long-lasting partnership, a abundant bank account and fulfilling work, whatever that is. Fill in that blank, fold it up, like in the beginning meditation, that folded up piece of paper, put it under your pillow and then set that intention for clarity and then see what comes. And it may take practice and time of sleeping with that, but so you feel when you wake up, write down what comes to you. That's a way of being a co-creator with your own intuitive knowledge and empowering yourself around the truth that all the answers that you seek, dear Dorothy, okay, this is a Wizard of Oz moment, are truly within your own reach. And no one knows better than you.